Welcome to the Hypnosis NGH podcast. This podcast series offers a fun and serious look at hypnosis and offers various ideas, discuss case studies, along with NGH educational opportunities. Welcome to the Hypnosis NGH podcast. I'm Eric Damon with the National Guild of Hypnotists. Welcome to our show today. This is a special series that we're doing called Meet the Presenters. That's right. These folks are presenting at this year's NGH conference happening August 8th, 9th, and 10th in Marlborough, Massachusetts. We hope you'll join us. Our first guest is a certified hypnotist with a master's in counseling. Please welcome Marianne Hennigar.
I am located on Long Island.
You're in New York.
I am.
Not too far away.
Not too far away, but I'm originally, as you can tell by my slight accent, I'm a Southerner. So,
All right. Originally from where?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. But I grew up abroad. I've lived all over the place. So that's part of what it's given me the some of the background in order to have perceived these concepts that I've come up with. Is the fact that I lived abroad. I've been a foreigner for many years in different places, and I'm multilingual. And so that's how I got to the place of seeing body pain as language.
Nice.
So we'll start off talking about guided focus in Technicolor. And the acronym for that is GFT, and I just call it gift flow. I know that in hypnosis, we have another gift technique, but this is very different from that. So there doesn't have to be any crossover. Guided focus in Technicolor is a beautiful technique for focus. It's a new form of hypnosis, but not really, because we've all done this our whole lives. We would call it daydreaming or being in a hypnotic state when you get from point A to point B driving. That is a gift flow mechanism. And we have been built in with that, just like many other gifts in our bodies, such as self-healing after you cut. Gift flow is a self-healing mechanism that we can harness on purpose to help us process through trauma. And what's so amazing about that is that once clients get to see how to use the technique, they're able to take the tools and use them on their own, so that it's a gift that keeps on giving. They're not dependent on sessions, even though they like to be with me. So I'm going to show you my tool that I use. I call this my kit. It is basically a sippy cup with a hole in it, a telescoping wand, and a colorful ball. I have several of these. We let the client pick which one they want, and then we use that as guided focus. The client begins to see an anomalous or almost mirage effect around the sphere. If you look at it long enough, your eyes will do that too. And it's a different color than what's on the sphere itself. And then we use body sensation and that deep focus to do all the processing that people need. And sometimes people will come into a session looking to work on something specific: anxiety, relational, depression, need to stop smoking, all the things that you would do in hypnosis. But it's on a very deep and cellular level. And it's always their own success. In the sessions, I do combine this technique with some standard hypnosis with closed-eye guided focus, and we'll go on a journey just to wrap the session up.
This is on Friday. She'll be doing this. And when somebody comes to your seminar, obviously they'll learn that. Are you going to do any type of demonstration with folks?
I will be doing a demo with a volunteer. The great thing is the volunteer will come up, and if the audience wants to participate in the experience, all they have to do is focus on the sphere or some spot in space. I use the sphere very often, but sometimes people will randomly gaze at a place. Now, this is very much born out of a couple of other traditions in body psychology, and it's important for me to mention that. Somatic experience, which has been around for about 40 years in development by Dr. Peter Levine, and then brain spotting, which has been around for 20 years by Dr. David Gran. And this is an amalgamation of their work combined with what I know as well. So I always want to give them credit.
And you call this a new form of open eye
Hypnosis. Yes. What's so interesting about it, it takes about 30 seconds for a person to get into the gift flow experience. It's visceral as well as visual. It's that very familiar feeling of being mesmerized. However, people may, and when people come into a session, they can either have something they want to work on, or their nervous system will already have something in the queue ready to go. It takes, like I said, sessions run from anywhere between 30 minutes and an hour. Just depends on what kind of processing that person gets in for that day. But people are growing at phenomenal rates with this work, and it's extremely simple. So that's what makes it so easy to share with others.
So this is something that somebody watching your presentation at the convention will be able to use it next week in their practice.
In their practice or for themselves.
Right.
And as people are training into my technique now, the way that they train into the technique is they actually do sessions. So it's a very hands-on experience, so to speak.
Great. Now, Sunday, you're also doing a seminar, and that is, I'll let you say the title.
Okay, mouthful. So it grew out of my practice as a pain management clinical sports massage therapist, and I started back in 1994. So I've been doing this a long time. I don't do massage anymore. I refer people, but I still am an expert in helping people with body pain and connecting what their lived experiences with that. What do I mean by lived experience? Anything that you've passed through in your life. Your form, your whole body, is a recording device. And this recording device stores bits of memory throughout the body and nervous system. So this technique that I use is called Psycho-emotive Anatomy. And of course, once I realized as a massage therapist, I was going to call anything psycho anything, that I would have to go get the psychoeducation to go with it. So I do have a master's in counseling as well as many other techniques I've trained into. Psycho-emotive anatomy connects the dots between body pain and sensation and the things that you pass through in your lifetime. And what do I mean by an example of a sensation? Say you have a pain or actual problem with rotator cuff. Very often what I've found, and this is from client self-reporting, that spot gets activated in relationship to somebody having a sense of resentment. If it's on the right side, it's going to be towards a female. And never say definitively, because the client has to give assent. One way we also know that it's a correct pinpoint to that client is the pain shifts, changes, and very often goes away with no touch. You can imagine how intimidating that was to massage therapists who lived by touch, to find out that if we just pinpointed some bit of somebody's history, that their pain would relieve. The good side is that people can do this for themselves once they learn the body quadrants. And I am writing a self-help manual. Actually, it's pretty much done, so it'll be up for availability to those that want it. It'll be off of the website, and also be having it available for anyone who wants to question. But that's really, really exciting about the psychomotive anatomy, because I think that's going to have really beautiful ramifications for people who suffer from adverse childhood events, such as alcohol in the family, incarcerated parent. There's a big CDC and Kaiser Permanente study that lists the ACEs. All of us have them, but whether it translates later into, say, heart disease or thyroid issues or digestive issues, I'm hoping that the psychomotive anatomy will give people enough agency so that they can reverse the effects of their ACEs.
Now, are hypnotists going to be able to, I mean, is it going to be something that when somebody goes to your seminar, they're going to be able to say, oh, this fits in exactly with what I can do to help a client with their everyday
Right,
problem?
and that's one reason why I've written the self-help manual. I'm also writing a training manual. So it would take some training, but you can, just from the seminar, have takeaways that you can apply immediately to your client session.
Yeah. Or go further if you want down the road with it.
Further, I have several students now. Many of them are in mental health and wellness. And they pretty much, as soon as they start having the experiences of the sessions, they pick up the techniques right away and incorporate them into their business.
Great.
So
Great. So
it's
it's the
exciting.
now I'm not 75 years old. The guild is, but um, just throwing that out there. But the 75th anniversary of the National Guild of Hypnotists is happening, and we're excited that you're going to be part of it by presenting your seminars. And I'm sure we'll get you on the podcast again, and we'll also probably be able to get you to work doing something during the convention. I mean,
Yeah,
you
that
can't just
sounds fun.
present.
My main drive here is to offer this mindset. It's a fundamental shift in mindset to health and wellness, and I'm hoping that it's simple enough that anyone can pick it up.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to seeing you.
Wonderful. Thank you for having me today.
Hypnosis NGH podcast continues. Meet the presenters. I'd like to present to you a consulting hypnotist, NLP master practitioner, and Order of Braid recipient. Please welcome Kevin Martin. So, Kevin, you're going to be you're going to be presenting at this year's NGH conference, celebrating the 75th anniversary, our 38th annual convention. Now, how many years have you been attending the convention?
I think about 17, 18 years. I can't remember exactly. And I've been presenting at it for, gosh, 16 years now.
Wow. So in August, you know that that's your set vacation in your in your calendar. I'm not going anywhere on convention time.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
If you've been
Uh,
doing it for 17 years and you've been here for a while, that's great. That's really
wow.
good. Now, we have you presenting three different classes at this year's convention. I know you're doing two seminars and a workshop, actually each day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes, I am. I've got something every day. Keep me busy.
Well, we don't want you hanging around doing nothing. So
Exactly.
why don't we talk about the first class that you'll be doing on Friday?
Sure. On Friday is my eye movement release technique introduction. It's just it's just the hour seminar, but I do talk about it, and people will leave from it really getting something where they can actually try it out with their clients or with their friends right after. Because I do teach, I had taught this for a long time as just a demo. And it's a demo people can do within seconds to show people how effective their processes can be.
Well, that's great. So definitely when somebody comes to that class, or I'm sure all of your presentations, they get something that they can take home with them and use right away.
Yes, yes. And by the way, no matter how long or short my presentation is, I always do demos. That's one of my beliefs. So people actually see it done right in front of them to give them the confidence that it works.
Yeah, I think that's important because I mean, obviously, folks are coming, all levels of background on hypnosis and their training, and anything they can take away that they can start using right away or get to see as a demonstration is a big plus.
Mm,
Yeah.
exactly.
On Saturday, you got another seminar that you're doing.
Yeah, empowering your clients with powerful anchors. Now, as hypnotists, we know about anchors. This is a little different. Instead of creating an anchor for them, we're going to draw out an anchor. I'm using archetypes. And this is where you can get your clients to get inner wisdom from themselves when they have brought this anchor out. Now, I'm using the archetypes of sovereignty, of jester, of lover, and of warrior. And it is incredible how this can happen when you have a question that you can't answer normally. But when you get into that archetype, when you get into that anchor, you can find the answers. I'm excited about this because I've never taught this at the conference before. I've taught it at other places, but I'm really excited about this one.
Great, something new. People will
Yeah.
will really enjoy that. Now on Sunday, you're doing a workshop, which means I think it's a 3-hour workshop that you're doing with your wife will be helping you on that one.
Yes, yes, we've done this before, and we started as a 2 hour, and I thought, I want people to leave being able to do every single technique that I teach them in there. So we actually go through three three NLP based techniques, and I give them the basics of NLP, or at least the basics that they need to know these and understand these techniques. And things like the ability to get someone to dislike a food that they absolutely love in just about 5 minutes, right? Or getting somebody to blast away a limiting belief in probably 30 seconds, 30 to 90 seconds. So there are very useful things in here. And I am excited about delivering this again. It's been several years since I've brought this to the NGH, but these are things that I am so passionate about. So I'm really looking forward to this as well.
Excellent. Let me ask you this: if somebody came up to you and said, "Okay, tell me about all of the presentations that you're doing at this year's convention," what are you going to say to them to convince them, besides what we just said, in a short period on why they should definitely stop into your classes?
Okay. So if they're interested in change, and as hypnotists, that's what we do. We do change work. If you want change work that is incredible and rapid, you're going to find it in these presentations.
All right, final question. You ready for this?
Sure.
Big question here. Now, being the 75th anniversary, I mean, what's the one thing that you definitely look forward to? Well, I would say on any of the conventions, but coming up on the 75th, it's going to be a lot of new and different things happening. So, you know, when you look at the convention and you look forward to coming to the convention, what's the big thing that you look at?
It's my interaction with the others. There's some people I only get to see at the convention, and then there's new. I love meeting new hypnotists. It really thrills me. I love seeing people get into this profession. So I love interacting with as many people as I can, and the convention allows for that. In the center or to the sides, at the Saturday night banquet. I just love the interaction with the other professionals. We all have something in common. We all want to help people. We all have a passion for this way of helping people.
It's great to hear. Can't wait to see you at this year's convention.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you there too. And I want to thank you very much for having me here, Eric.
Absolutely. So there's one other thing I want to mention, and that's you can have the convention at your fingertips, or you can have the NGH at your fingertips by getting the NGH app. That's right. So if you want to download it, you can download it Google Play or the Apple App Store. You can download the app, get it on your phone. Don't know if you can see this, if it's close enough, but the NGH app. And the great thing about it is that you can look at all the presentations that are being done at the convention. You can also see which room your presentation is in and what's up next, the whole schedule. And you can download the NGH app, and that will help you at this year's convention.
This is the largest convention in the world. So people from all over the world come here. It's a great place to meet people. I love sharing my courses and my ideas. I always have wonderful classes with wonderful people. So people should spread the word and come here because it's the best.
I come to the conference every year since 1996. It's the place to be for anyone in the profession or wanting to come into the profession of hypnosis.
I'm here today just to enjoy being here for the conference, and I'm teaching and have a booth here to share my products and my books and things that I enjoy because I love being a hypnotist.
I'm here. I've been teaching at the convention for a few years, but coming to it longer. It's the best place to be, to meet hypnotists, to exchange ideas.
I come here to make sure that I learn more cutting-edge techniques, to recharge my batteries and with like-minded people, and to network with people from around the world that I have no other opportunity to really get together with except when we all gather at this time.
It's not here to build myself up, it's to help everyone else build themselves up.
Vast number of people that are here, the vast level of experience, all the different approaches. There isn't anybody here I don't think that I can't learn something from.
You have to come. I'm already going to make plans when I get back to come to next year's conference.
Bring your mind, bring your heart, be prepared to use what you find.
I would say you definitely gotta go because it is the biggest, the best. I always learn probably way too much, but it keeps me going. I swear I learned so much that it kind of keeps me going for like the next 6 months.
Oh, definitely come. This is the place to be in August, and if you're really serious about your work and you really love your work, which most of the people here do, you need to have that interaction with other hypnotists, and there are so many new things and new techniques and new ideas coming out.
Hypnosis NGH podcast. You're welcome to share your ideas for future podcasts by emailing us, nghpodcast@ngh.net.